Hey guys, hope you had a great start to the week so far. What I want to talk a little bit about today is putting your idols on pedestal and the psychology or the reason behind why we do it and why we are basically cock blocking our dream life and also cock blocking our truest potential to express itself. So this thought came about when I was training today. That doesn't happen very often, but I've crossed 2 days in the past week, so I thought that was a pretty good achievement. Anyways, so I was doing a booty class, and there was this CrossFit championship that that was playing on the screen. And I was like, what? There was this question that just popped into my head and go, why were there a crowd of people cheering for like someone that just was able to lift like a certain weight? And now, don't get me wrong, I'm all about being the cheerleader for your friends, for people, or anyone that has great art and great creation. But then as I was kind of like asking myself that question, and yes, I do kind of get into that mode as I was lifting, was the reason why so many of us have like our idols or putting our idols on pedestal, whether it's a singer, whether it is a footballer, whether it is someone that we looked up to and we put them on a pedestal and see them as an idol, is because they are essentially living the life that we want to live, or at least what we think we want. So, for example, the reason why I guess many of us follow footballers or being obsessed with their life, fair enough. The sports is, well, the sport's pretty cool. I used to be like an avid soccer fan in my teens as I was growing up. A little bit unusual, but that is, there is definitely some truth. Well, not some truth. There's definitely, the interest in a particular kind of sport. But when we are like wildly obsessed with a particular person, so whether it's a soccer player, whether it is an idol, I've gone through my fair share of like idolizing people growing up, or even in the personal development world, or in the corporate world. Do you remember looking up to someone thinking, wow, he or she is just right up there? It's like he's an idol. And one thing to kind of put things in perspective is like now if I meet an author of a book, it really doesn't give me two fucks of whether he or she is signing the book, because if you think about it, what value does that add by having that autograph, if you really question that? And I guess the reason why many of us has this kind of idolization is because we look up to these people. They are living the life that we want or what we hope we can achieve. And somewhere in our subconscious mind, somewhere in our belief system, we think that we are not capable of achieving that. And because of that, I guess we kind of live vicariously of people or of other people. So this is something to ponder upon. It's just something that came through to me, and I thought it was really interesting because, ever since I've gone through like my own awakening and just really going inwards and working, figuring out who I really am, like I rarely put anyone on pedestal. I still kind of get caught up sometimes, like, oh my God, like, as my circle kind of expand and the people that, that I have in my inner circle used to be people that I guess I look up to, and that there are moments I see go through this moment. I'm like, why? Like, he or she is just another human being like I am. And also, when you put someone on a pedestal, when you talk to them, it might come across as inauthentic because you kind of like place them up over here, and it really isn't the best way to show confidence. And it's something for you to think about. If you think about who is someone that you really look up to, someone that you really kind of place on the pedestal, thinking that he or she has achieved such great, amazing things, can you ask yourself the same question on, what if that was me? What if I decided to stop taking any other excuses? What I've decided to believe in myself? What if I start believing in my power? What if I start believing in what I have to offer? I'm going to be just like the person that I look up to. And if I'm willing to go all in and bet for myself versus betting against yourself, what are the possibilities? That's a little something for you to think about. Yeah, so to put things into perspective as well, one thing that I have been kind of working through is to be an author, to write a book. In the past, wanting to write a book was on my list because it's something that you have to check off to build your personal brand and all that jazz. But now I truly believe that, you know, what I've experienced, my perspective and the way I see things, the world needs to hear that and the world needs to see that. But I still go through moments of like, oh my God, wouldn't it be nice if I can be Oprah? Wouldn't it be nice if I could be, you know, whoever that has published a book? Why don't I channel those energy into, well, if I am a New York Times bestseller today, what would I do? How would I spread my message? And it's just a matter of time before it happens. And this is also an accountability thing that I'm putting out there. So I've actually decided on the title of my book. It's going to call Spiritual Slut, Unleash the Hoe in You. So I'm pretty excited about that. It's around empowerment of the divine feminine through sexuality. So, and hoe could also represent heaven on earth. So see what I did there? Anyways, yeah, I guess what I'm hoping to invite you to think about today is that look through at all the people that you look up to, people that you've put on your pedestal, and you know, people that you wish you could live their life. Why not make that a reality? Why not put it out there? Why not set the intention? Why not start working through and how you're able to create life on your own terms? So that's a little something for you, and I'll talk to you guys soon.